So, in that context, what would you say is the challenges that devotees face? And with those challenges, how to overcome them?
So it's a very good question. And I do see when I move around the world preaching, devotees, especially householders, as well as brahmacharis also, they see, they find so much challenge in developing their Krishna consciousness as well as practicing Krishna consciousness. And as you said, earlier years it was more focused towards the temple. There are many prospects to see this, but one thing I like to comment on this is because of the current situations around the world, everyone wants to be in a comfort zone. We have to understand we are following Bhakti cult. Bhakti is not something which is very easy or easy to obtain. These challenges, if we take them as positive aspect, that helps us in advancement of our bhakti. Just recently I saw one video, really got a very good insight from that. There used to be a bird, a eagle, sorry. There was one eagle, and was not having enough, say, inspiration to fly. The master of that bird was so much sad. Why my bird is not flying like other birds? It's always looking here and there. So he employed a trainer. I'll give you money. Can you train my bird to fly? Trainer said, I'll try my best. And the best trainer. And he charged a lot of dollars for that. Failure. The master of that eagle was worried. Then all of a sudden, he saw a village man, a farmer. He said, that's so simple. I can train your eagle to fly. He said, how come? He said, very easy, just give me 1 day. He said, just 1 day? The best trainer in the world can't do that. He said, just give me 1 day and and you're going to see the results. And it happened so. The farmer just took 1 day for eagle to fly. And master of that eagle was surprised. How is possible? And he saw his eagle is flying like all other birds. Then he asked that farmer, what magic you know? He said, no magic. It's so simple. I just chopped off the branch of the tree where the eagle was sitting. That's all. When the eagle was in comfort zone,
Right.
he was feeling reluctant, hesitant. But you break that comfort zone, you start flying. Really inspired. This is the problem right now. Everyone wants to be in a comfort zone. And because of that, not so much inclination and interest or to follow some austerities or running for sadhu sangha association. You break that comfort zone, then you see. Like a person who don't know how to swim. The trainer just throw that child in the water.
Right.
It learns by its own efforts. So this is what I'm seeing. Householders, they're feeling very comfortable. Actually, Krishna consciousness is not for comfort zone. It might appear what I'm saying is silly, but there's a reasoning. We are taught, especially in our Gaudiya Siddhanta, Atashi Krishnamadi na bhavet grajendriyai sevan mukhe hi jivado swayam me smrute manaha. Krishna cannot be perceived with his senses. But when sevan mukhe hi jivado, When the senses, especially the tongue, is ready to serve Krishna, then Krishna manifests himself on the senses of the sadhaka, of the practitioner. So our goal is not to run after Krishna. The goal of Gaudiya Vaishnava is to make Krishna runs after you. And is there any evidence that Krishna says, I run after my devotees? Of course. Bhagavatam. Anuvrajameham nityam puyat renu angribi. Krishna says, I run after my devotees to take the foot dust of the devotee on my head. So it's not in this way that we have to run after Krishna. Put that efforts, endeavors, give up that comfort zone to become uncomfortable. Very good to become uncomfortable to make Krishna runs after you. Krishna consciousness is not to be always happy. Krishna consciousness is there to cry for Krishna. Yeah. There are many other lineage, many other sampradayas. They promote, they preach. Oh, we have to be happy. Of course. But there is another level of that happiness, which is called crying level. Srila Guru Govind Goswami Maharaj used to say, crying school. Why Krishna sent Uddhav to Braj? To see the crying of the Brajvasis. And the Uddhav, who was so intellectual, direct disciple of Brahaspati, he saw all Brajvasis are crying. And therefore he paid obeisances to the dust of Braj. Asam oho charan renu jusham syam. So I'm giving this evidence from our literature, from Bhagavatam. Krishna consciousness is not to pray for, as I said in the beginning, comfortable zone. Krishna consciousness is there to ask for calamities. Evidence is Kunti Devi.
That's a really high.
So that's another level.
Right.
Why I'm pointing out these points?
Mm-hmm.
Because these points are our idols. We can't at this stage jump onto that level, but make this level in the head that one day we have to achieve this. Then, if we come to know this, then we strive for that. We work out for that.
Yeah.
That makes us uncomfortable. So to become restless, to become uncomfortable is very important in Krishna consciousness. And this applies not only for householders, for brahmacharis, for renunciates, sannyasis, everyone. Then, restlessness. Sadhaka, practitioner, means one who's always feeling restlessness. So that also applies to grastas, as well as applies to, of course, to brahmacharis and sannyasis. If you're just happy in whatever we are achieving or chanting 16 rounds a day, chanting 16 rounds a day is the beginning of chanting, it's not the end of chanting.
Mm.
No. In early years of Krishna consciousness, we used to think chanting 16 rounds is ultimate. I mean, the day is done. But no, our acharyas described that's the beginning of chanting. 16 rounds is warm up. Is warming up to begin chanting. So we need this kind of inspiration. And for that inspiration, we need those sadhus, those preachers who can ignite that fire, who can give us this inspiration to go ahead, to march. And don't worry about other factors. That will come and go as the course of the life.
Discomfort or being too comfortable, what does that, when you're saying that we shouldn't be like that, how does that look, what does that look like?
So that look like is just I said, chanting 16 round, I'm done for the day, even though if I have time.
That's comfort.
Yes.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
So I have enough time to scroll screen to see my Facebook or Instagram. So the new generation, imagine, I was surprised in India. I asked a child, have you ever seen Shalagram? He said, no, I know about Instagram, not Shalagram. So they are more
Oh,
on
Krishna.
Instagram rather than Shalagram.
Right.
That's what's happening. Yeah. So we have enough time to scroll on the screen to see who liked, who shared my comment,
Yes.
rather than giving more effort to associate with sadhus. There's no scarcity of sadhu sangha at present day. There was a time when there was social media was not prominent, and devotees were hankering. They were crying. We want to hear. We want to hear. But now, YouTube, Facebook, everything is so much supply is there, and because of ample supply, there's less interest because it's become easy. This is called comfort zone. It becomes easy now because Harikatha is full on Facebook, this preacher, that preacher, YouTube, Google it, Prabhupada lectures, everything is available. But before it was not. Therefore, everyone was struggling and they were running after the sadhus to hear that. So, sadhu sangha is so important. The solution for every problem, sadhu sangha.